Welcome to USL Live and to the Season 54 award show. My name is Romulocks, and this broadcast is a record of the nominations and seasonal awards with the goal of bringing more transparency to the league. To begin the show, I want to first introduce you all to the members of the USL Awards Committee for Season 54. This committee has been selected and approved by the current league administrator, Fausto, along with the deputy administrator, Victim, with the goal of assembling 6 players who would nominate and choose award winners in an unbiased election. Your USL Awards Committee for CUSL Season 54 is, first up, we have Axidus.
Go.
We have Guido.
Howdy.
We have Kevin.
Zippity doodah.
We have Molo.
What up?
We have Smackrock.
Hey guys.
And we have Victim.
What's up, fellow nerds?
Now, special editor's note here. Fausto was originally picked to represent the Bugs vote for this, but he could not make it tonight. Asked for somebody to sub in, and his fellow administrator, deputy admin, is doing the deputy job, stepping in for our admin as he is absent. And Victim, correct me if I'm wrong, you have talked to Bugs, you have synthesized your votes with theirs, and are representing the Bugs/Victim view on this today. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, absolutely. I reached out and I tried to synergize kind of my thoughts with theirs to give the best true representation of what I could.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for Fausto for missing out. Appreciate it. I know he's up to big things tonight, so we will miss him, but do the best we can without him. To help organize this vote, this is the system that we have previously established in previous seasons. I will begin by announcing the award we'll be discussing. Each committee member will then be allowed to submit their nominations for that position, up to 3 names if they so choose. Again, it doesn't have to be 3, but if you want 3, you can do that. And to make the argument for why that player should be the winner of the award, we're then going to go around the table that way until everyone has had a chance to submit their nominations or to concur with the nominations that have already been proposed. We'll then go around the table a final time taking a vote. Whoever gets the most votes in each category will win that award. Should there be multiple people nominated without a clear majority, we will then eliminate the player with the lowest votes and take a new vote of the remaining candidates until a winner is selected. To qualify for awards, let's see here. With each team playing a total of 8 games, I think we're requiring 5. Is that right? Am I right in that?
Well, they played 6 games. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. For the ranked games, it's 6. Overall, it's 10.
Okay, so if 6, then 4 games are still required, like in previous seasons. Okay. For class-specific awards, that means you have to have done at least 3 of the required 4 games on that class. So, let's see here. First award is Crown of the Flaming Dragon. That is awarded to the squad that wins the USL Championship. That is unknown at the time of this recording, which is 3 days before the championship. Next up, we have Special Forces Hostility. That is awarded to the Deadliest Squad. That goes this season to Do the Do with 834 kills. An absolute shellacking this season on the league. Congratulations to Do the Do on that. The third award is Bulwark of the Apocalypse. That is awarded to the hardest squad to kill. That also goes to Do the Do with 274 deaths. Finally, Semper Fidelis, that is awarded to the captain of the championship squad. Again, that is unknown at the time of this recording. So we come to our first voting award. This award goes to the deadliest player in the league. Let's start with nominations. Axidus, kick us off here, brother.
Hey, so I'm kind of just looking at past seasons and seeing a lot of LMG players, which isn't shocking. But this season, we have Sov on AT, Tactical. He's played a mix of classes. Marine, Demo, AT. ESO, I think he's played mostly LMG. So, I think it's a clear toss-up between those 3 just going off of stats. Mecca, you also have the third highest kill per game. Honestly, you can make an argument for any 3 of those, but if you want to just go off of stats, Sov is in the lead.
So
it's kind of hard to.
I'm sorry, you said Sov, Mecca, and what was the third?
And Tactical.
Okay. All righty. Let's go next to Guido.
Yeah, I'll agree on Sov and Tactical. I'll agree on Sov and Tactical and ESO. being the stat nerd that I am, they all excelled in those in killing this year. We had Saab with 71 and 13 in ranked games, Ernie 60 and 27, which is especially impressive since he went 0 and 7 in a game. And then I'll throw ESO in there third, 44 and 20 in 5 games.
All right. Let's go next up to Kevin.
Yeah, I think this is just like a stats award almost. So the three everybody's saying, Sav, Ernie, Mecca, are the three I would say,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Molo?
I definitely echo the sentiment of Sov, and I'm going with Mecca and Samara. I really was impressed by Samara all season, and he had some really big games this season.
All right. Smackrock.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with Sav and Mecca. I think Mecca had a really good game season this year. I mean, obviously he had some high stats on some other games, but he was efficient, definitely so. And Sav as AT, I mean that's a high score game he had. So those are my two picks.
Okay. Victim?
I think I just have to go with one winner and then one kind of runner-up. And my pick for Deadliest would be Tactical. I mean, his stats are insane this season. He hopped on any class, and he's pretty much a top elite player in the game, breaks open battles, and kind of in a season where Bugs changed up their core, he didn't even miss a beat, and he was by far their deadliest player, with runner-up being ESO.
Okay. Well, let's go around the horn and get actual votes here. I get your votes there, Victim. We'll get them again here in just a second. But Axidus, who are you voting for?
Stuff.
Mecca?
Sav.
All right. Kevin?
Clear cut Sav for me, 71 kills.
Molo?
Sov.
Smack?
Sav.
And Victim.
It'll be the center. I'm going to pick a Tactical.
All right. Well, that'll do it with 5 votes for Sav, 1 for Tactical. Runner-up Tactical, congratulations, but Sav wins it in a pretty decisive way. Let's move on next to Sui's Blessing. This award goes to the finest medic of the season. Let's get nominations. Start us out again, Axis.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hard to remember specific games. So again, I think this is one of those ones where you go off stats. Thank you, Mecca, for posting your stats.
Yeah, no problem.
Just kind of break them down. Like, let's see. I mean, Iron clearly had the most healing with Bonds in second. Oh wait, no, Daddy had the most healing. What am I talking about? You know what? Maybe I'll vote Daddy because he has the highest healing and he has to lead his squad. Sometimes I'm not in the ear of every game, but I'm gonna just go with Daddy.
All right. Mecca?
Yeah, my top 3 would be Victim, Manu, aka Daddy, and Iron. I know that Daddy had the highest heals and heals per game. Actually, Victim passed him in heals per game. But Iron also didn't die nearly as much. He actually had more kills than his deaths while maintaining the 3rd highest heals per game in the league. Also had an insane amount of assist points, ranked high in almost every category. So I'm going to go Iron, Victim, Daddy for my top 3 nominations.
Okay, Kevin?
I have in this order, but I have Bonds as my number 1. Iron number 2. He's clearly a pivotal part of do when he's on the field. And then I have Manu as my 3rd option for Medic of the Year.
Interesting. A lot of diversity in the votes on this. Molo, where are we going?
Bonds, Iron, and Daddy.
Okay. Getting some consensus now. Smack?
Yeah, seems similar. I do think Manu did a great job. I mean, being a leader and medic and getting the top healing is really incredible. Iron, though, being able to have a positive kill and also getting his amount of heal is just impressive. So Manu, Iron, and then Bonds is the 3rd runner-up.
Okay. Victim?
We got one strong vote with kind of 2 runners up. So my main vote's going to be Iron. Personally, I tend to knock the meds that are on the more stacked top squads because, frankly, it's just easier to get better stats and perform better. But Iron is kind of like cut above, just especially this season. His play, positioning, healing, and then the combat power that he brings is just insane for do. And when he's not on the field, they definitely look like a more beatable, weaker squad. And then my runners-up would be Bonds and Slob.
Okay, and Slob, adding Slob in there. Okay. So we have a lot of diversity in this. I'm interested to see how this vote turns out. Nominations for this are Daddy, Victim, Iron, Bonds, and Slob. Axis, who you voting for?
I'm just going with the contrarian point of view. Daddy.
All right, Mecca?
Gotta go Iron. DTD's only loss was when Iron was away.
Kevin?
I'm gonna go Bonds. He had great games against Do. He had great healing, good everything. I go Bonds.
Okay. Molo?
I am also Bonds.
Damn, this is very interesting. Smack?
Go with Iron. Definitely different picker.
Victim?
My pick is Iron still.
Okay, interesting here.
Close.
That's very interesting. So Iron will win it with 3 votes. Bonds will come as runner-up with 2. Daddy also second runner-up with 1 vote. So tough competition there in the medic category. Iron takes it. Congratulations, Iron. Let's move on to no errors in the system. This is awarded to player or players with the most kills in the season. Our very own head analyst, Guido, a.k.a. Mecca, with 142 kills. Hell of a season, my man. Do you have any words?
If Pister didn't sub me for half a game against Care Package, I would have broke the all-time record.
That sneaky rat. All right, let's go to the Allied Force. This is awarded to the player who best supports their team. We've taken a very interesting stance on what support means, and I think we've come to the conclusion it's whatever you want it to mean. So let's take some nominations, Axidus.
Okay, so I was actually going to say Danny Samara for this one instead of Deadliest, because Deadliest I feel is more stat driven. But when you play with Danny, he has consistently been the number 1 carry on Care Package, just always opening battles. And in past squads, I always had to kind of worry about me being the battle breaker, but it's kind of a relief when you have someone like that who just opens up a battle and you're like, oh, I just got to hold and push on this side. So that's my vote.
Mecca?
Yeah, shout out to Danny as well. He's one of my nominations. My other 2 would be Mountain. Didn't get the most kills on the squad, but had a pretty high assist ratio. Can kind of do anything you want. He solos, he plays with the team. He's just really kind of unsung on the team that's a little bit more stacked this year, so you might not think of Mountain first, but he definitely does all the little things that I require for a support award. And then my third nominee would actually be our esteemed colleague here, Ender. I think that he had a really high support award score according to my special stats, and then you also see the difference when he's playing well to when he's not, and how deadly Dead Squad can be. And I think he does all the little things kind of like in the Mountain mold. I think they're very similar players in that regard.
All right, let's go to Kevin.
Yeah, I got a couple different people. Obviously, we have Danny. I think Danny's been great playing Ranger mostly this season. I also have Chompy. I know he plays a couple different classes. He played a Marine a couple times, but I think Ranger was his priority. I guess he had LNG there too. I'm also going to throw in Fax's name in there. Something good with being support, or something that's good ability for being a support is availability. And Fax played all 10 games, Danny all 10 games, and Chompy all 10 games. So I have those 3.
Absolutely. Good nominations there, Kevin. Molo.
I actually want to echo Mountain and Danny here. Mountain, especially, that assist points at 45% is just pretty crazy. He stays alive a lot and very good player. He had a great season.
All right. Smack?
I'm going to have to nominate Molo as 1. I do think he's a huge difference maker for his squad when he was in. I mean, being top kills in the squad too, also making a difference there. And I would say Mountain as well. I'd like to nominate. I think he also is a good utility player. He can shape whatever you need to do, and he's able to jump in that role.
All right, Victim, wrap us up here.
I got two. One that's just like slightly, I think, stronger than the other one. My number one is going to be Danny. He's not on a stack squad, but his numbers were near the tippity top. I think he was top 4, like almost across the board. And to me, Danny is more the heart of one of the top 3 competitive squads than any of the other players that I kind of considered for the support award. I think if you take Danny out, CP is all of a sudden very beatable to Dead Squad. And I think just the season he had like really propelled them pretty high. And then a shade lower, but still definitely up there would be Mecca. I think this season he played nearly perfect. This season he was definitely one of the more elite players in the game. Positioning, aim, battle breaking has been elite, but I shade Danny a little bit higher because I think you can sub someone in like Splitta and the team doesn't really lose too much there.
All right, well, let's get the vote going. Nominations for this award, the Allied Force, are Samara, The Mountain, Ender, Fallen Chompy, Fairfax, and Mecca. Let's go to Axis. Give me your vote.
And all good choices, but I'm going to stick with Samara.
All right, Mecca.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Danny as well.
Kevin.
I got Danny.
Molo.
The Mountain.
All right. Smack.
Molo.
Interesting. Victim.
This is the season you put it all together. I vote Danny.
All right. Well, Danny will take it with 4 votes. The Mountain with 1 and Ender with 1. Congratulations to Danny on winning that award pretty decisively. Let's move on to one of the more interesting awards in past seasons, a New Beginning / the Cave Beast Award. This is awarded to the player with the best performance from a lower tier squad. Let's get nominations. Axidus.
Llamas and Suicider, maybe? I'm trying to think of a third. Man, that's the only 2 that come to mind right now.
Okay. Mecca?
Yeah, I would say Llama, Suicider, and Jag. I know Jag was in the final couple for the Cave Beast last year, but I think he's taken another leap and actually played every game, so I'll have to throw him in there as well.
All right. Kevin?
I think we got Suicider, Jaeger, and then Jaguar.
All right. Let's go to Molo.
Suicider.
Smack.
Definitely Llama.
And Victim.
I kind of look at this award a couple different ways, like top performance on the non-playoff squads, but then also recognizing like some new players to the league. I think if you look at top performances, Bax is probably up there. But I think the way that he plays and the fact that he makes a squad just so he can snipe kind of makes him selfish and his team kind of loses quite a bit. So I'm going to have to go with Suicider. I kind of love what he did this season. The dude's been killing it in pub for years. One of the players that I definitely, analyze before I go in to fight him in pub. But he came in and took his pub play in here and he fit right in. His positioning, his aim, switching classes, like it was awesome. So Suicider.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and run through the votes. Axis.
Actually, I'm gonna have to go with Jaguar. I can't believe I forgot my own squad mate.
Jaguar. How'd you forget Jaguar?
Jaguar.
All right. Let's go Mecca.
Jag's always a bridesmaid for me, never the bride. So I'm going to have to go with Suicider.
All right.
Medic and LMG, both efficiently.
Yeah.
Kevin.
I'm going Suicider to be on the lowest of low and doing really well.
Molo.
Suicider.
Oh,
Smack.
Well, I have to support my squatty here. So Suicide did a great job, definitely. Llama did great too as well, though. He definitely deserves an honorable mention there.
Victim.
I'd love to vote Jag, but I got to vote for Suicider just by in-game match Sunday play.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did a great job this season. Congratulations. Suicider takes his vote with 5 total votes. Jaguar with a runner-up gets a vote. Congrats to those guys. Cobra Kai Sting is our next award. That goes to the players who met the kill threshold during the regular season. With 8 weeks, it's what? It's total of, is it 6
weeks.
games?
No, this is 10 games, so you have to break 100 kills. So everybody above 100 kills.
Okay. Well, I will need to recalculate that. I put in. Yeah. Do you mind? Because I put in 80 high 80s people too.
Yeah. So you had to break 100 because it's 10 kills per game, and there's 10 games. So we have myself, Guido, P, Pister, Samara, God, Sabotage, The Mountain, Ball and Chumpy, and Axidus.
Congrats to those guys. That's a good list. All right, let's go to including 2 of the people on that list in this awards show. Congratulations to both of you.
Rigged.
Else Dragon's Fire. This is awarded to the best staff member, and while it may be a bit controversial, some of the staff had some conversations and then talked to me about it, and I shared it with the awards members. We have 2 people who were stand out this season on staff. And we didn't want it to come down to one of them winning and the other one not, because they were both standout members. Everyone has agreed. I'm going to ask them to go around the table in just a second, but everyone has agreed that we're going to split the award this season between Mercy and Aerith, a.k.a. Staley. Both of those guys contributed a whole lot to making this league run on Sundays, particularly, willing to contribute in every single way, every week. Volunteering for basically every assignment. And so let me just go around the horn, make sure that everybody agrees. Axidus?
Sorry, what was the question?
Are you okay with splitting the staff member award between Mercy and Aerith?
Mercy and Aerith, absolutely.
Okay, Mecca?
Agreed. I concur.
Kevin?
2 great guys, both deserving.
Molo?
Oh, I agree.
Smack?
100%. Clutch refs.
Victim?
Yeah, I 100% agree. And the head staff would like to recognize them for just being ultra clutch, professional, and just always being great guys and always willing to help.
Absolutely. And it's incredible to be able to see the staff forms and to see the amount of things they are volunteering to do, constantly willing to help out. Even when people can't show up to things. It's just incredible. Both of them deserve a big kudos for that. Next, we go to the Community Contribution Award. This award goes to the person who contributes the most to the benefit of the USL community. Let's get nominations. Axidus?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Victim here, just because of the production on recordings, administrating, dealing with personalities in the community, pushing the needle on, rule interpretation versus automation, doing all the preseason work that was required for that. Just did an outstanding job this season.
All right, Mecca?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Axie in there, making all those rules, helping out with all the refereeing and the SPing and all that good stuff, camping, all those rules that he put in helped a lot. And I'm also gonna shout out Mountain here. This guy basically hosts a mix every night of the week, and I think we always forget about that kind of stuff when we're talking about community awards. But keeping people on game and interested, I think is very important as well. So I'll throw him as a nomination.
Absolutely. Kevin?
I don't know too much of what goes behind the scenes. I just know Victim does a lot with posting videos, getting them uploaded within the great time period, like a day, compared to in the past when it was like 3 days. No offense to the people doing it in the past, but I'm just going to throw a Victim there. Victim.
All right, Molo?
I'd nominate Eric and Mecca and Draco for the USL Live this season.
All right, Smack?
Definitely Axie. I mean, the rules, the automation, such a big help for reffing. So definitely keep it up. Good work.
And Victim.
Yeah, I had one, but Mecca actually kind of moved me with his sentiment. I was going to vote Bowen just because he stepped up to commentate and host, and he ran things like solo all season long when no one else wanted to commentate, stuff like that. So kudos to him for that. And I'll concur. SV, I think the work that he puts in, like getting mixes started and stuff like that, like super contributes to the health of the league. So yeah, I would also vote SV.
All right. Well, let's get the voting on this one. Let's start with Axidus.
Yeah. Sorry to prolong this, but also I just want to say, like, it's very hard to vote for one person in this respect because there's so many people that are vital to this community in different ways, and it takes all kinds. So, appreciate everyone who's actually mentioned. Everyone here is a valid choice. I'm gonna still go with Victim because of I know what effort it takes to do all those uniquely challenging things simultaneously.
All right, Mecca.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. This is tough. I'm gonna go with Mountain just for the nightly mixes. Change it up a little bit. Like I said, just keeps people engaged every night. So I think that's huge for the game.
Kevin.
Gonna go with Victim. He deals with a lot of obnoxious captains.
Okay. Molo.
Yeah, I got to go with Victim as well after hearing everything.
Okay. Smack.
Some good arguments there. Victim. I'll definitely go with him.
And Victim.
I'm gonna go with SV, Reformed, all the way.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to our very own panelist here, Victim, a guy who does do all of the things you mentioned and more. And then to the Mountain as well, a runner-up on that. Congrats to both of you. Heart of Gold Award is the next one up, aka the Sportsmanship Award. This award goes to the person who best promotes friendship and kindness in this league full of trolls and savages. Axidus, who are your nominations?
I just gotta laugh at this award. Definitely there's a couple people that come to mind, but at the top is Leak for scheduling SBs, just keeping people engaged on our squad. And I'm sorry, I'm very biased this season with all my care package votes, just because that's what I've experienced. I'll say Pister and SV too, because previously what Mecca said, organizing mixes, but also I know Pister tries to get different people in, and keeping people engaged in that way in game is really important as well.
All right, Mecca.
Yeah, my only nomination and my number one hog, Heart of Gold, is Leak. SB's everybody, doesn't embargo anybody. Probably one of the nicer guys in the entire game. From an influential position as a veteran and a squad leader, captain. So I would go with Leak.
All right, Kevin.
I'll first say Pister. I know he's on every night. He's SBing every night. He's trying to SB whoever. He'll take on new guys. He's no longer doing his little shtick of After Dark, so he's no longer trolling everybody. It's seasons in the past, so he's moved on. What? So yeah, Pister. I got Leak. Leak also same thing, on every night. Likes to bring in new guys, like SB with new guys and Teen with new guys. And I'll go Mountain. Mountain's when he's in the back seat, not having to lead or do anything. He's a pretty nice guy and always wants to SB. So yeah, those three.
Okay, Molo.
For me, it's Leak.
Okay, Smack.
I'm gonna add Kevin into this. Being on CCP, definitely something. But he's always been a nice olive branch to reach out to, someone friendly, and I feel like he's welcoming, warm to new players a lot of time.
Yeah. Victim.
I think my clear winner is Leak. Just everything that everyone mentioned, just super nice guy. But I really appreciate that he brought together a unique and competitive roster where a lot of seasons it's the same, kind of regurgitated same roster over and over again. Super non-toxic, always reaching out to other captains to try to make things happen. So he's my clear winner, and I think Pister's probably my runner-up, but I think Leak beats him out.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get the voting going on this one. Axis, who do you have for Heart of Gold, or the Hog, as Mecca put it?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could vote for multiple people, but definitely got to vote for Leak.
All right, Mecca.
My number one hog, Leak.
Kevin.
I'm gonna go Pister.
Molo.
Leak.
Smack.
Leak.
Victim.
The best hog is Leak.
All right, League takes it with 5 votes. Pister, your runner-up with 1. Congratulations to both those guys, and way to go to my squad leader as well. He's done a great job this season. Your fantasy award goes to Slobs the Clouder. Wins the fantasy award this season with 2,452 points. Really ran away with it. Let's see here. And then we get to the final award, the 15th award, Cry of the Warhawk. Awarded to the MVP of the league. Let's get nominations, Axidus.
Okay. I don't even. Can you skip me?
For now, I will come back to you. Mecca.
Yeah, my MVPs are going to be, and I want to preface this with a lot of the times MVP and deadliest kind of go hand in hand. It's not always the case that they're the same, but I think Sov and Tactical have to be in the top 2, and then my third will be Danny. I think he did a really good job on the third place team. Kind of carried them in their win against Bugs, and their upset win against Bugs, while having a really good kill death ratio for a team that had a lot of losses as well. So I'll go with Sov Tactical Danny.
Okay. Kevin.
So I have Sav as my number 1. Just obviously he's doing most of the vocal work. Pister, I know, does lead, but I know Sav is there chiming in, getting most of the kills, winning all the games. When he played Med, they didn't win. When he came back as either AT or Marine, they won. My number 2, I'm gonna say Colossal. I think he had 2 really impressive games against Bugs. I think where he opens up battles, gets 3 kills in one battle, opens up with the kill. I know I rewatched that game tonight. And I have Ernie as my number 3. If Ernie doesn't go 0-7, I think that boosts him up absolutely to number 2. But that 0-7 is just right there glaring at me, so I can't go with him any higher. So I have a Sav, Colossal, Ernie.
Okay. Molo.
I got Sov, Tactical, and Samara. Yeah, they've all just had great seasons. What else can we really say?
Smack.
I'm gonna add Mecca into the list, but Sov and Mecca are my 2 picks that I had. I think both had great seasons, Mecca especially.
Victim.
A clear number 1 here. I have to pick Sav. He's the best player on the best squad, but the crazy thing is, like, if you pull him out, even though he's on the best squad, they all of a sudden seem beatable. And one of the insane things is, like, they keep him benched during the week, it seems like, in SBs, so they don't stomp out the other squads too hard. I think that's a pretty interesting a thing. And then I would say my runner-ups would be Tactical and Colossal too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go back to Axidus. Do you have your votes now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with the current recommendations.
Okay. All right.
Solve, Ernie. Yeah.
Okay. Well, to list those again, the nominations for MVP of the league this season are Sav, Tactical, Samara, Colossal, and Mecca. To vote, Axis, who you got?
I should say Solve because it's like the objectively good choice, but I'm going to say Danny because he's on my squad. Bias.
All right, Mecca,
Sov.
Kevin.
Well, like Victim said, you take Sav off the team, they become beatable. So I'm going to go with Sav.
Molo,
Sov.
Smack,
It kills me because he already got it last year and the year before, but he's really proven that he's one of the valuable player. Sav.
And Victim.
Yeah, I vote Sav. Switches classes, still dominates. He's the best.
All right, congratulations to Sav, who takes MVP, as I said, for 3 consecutive seasons with 5 votes on that. Samara, runner-up, also had a great season for Care Package. All right, guys, that will do it for the Season 54 Awards Roundtable. I'd like to thank all the members of the awards committee for joining me in this special show today. We had Axidus, we had Guido, we had Kevin, Molo, Smackrock, and Victim. This has been Romulocks, and you've been listening to the Unified Skirmish League Season 54 Awards Show. Congratulations to all the winners, and we'll see you back again in Season 55.